is Abu Wilson. When I played, Abu Wilson got stronger as the year went on. Keep feeding him the rock. Turbin had that mentality. Kerwin Williams, oh my goodness. I mean, he did this at the end of the year. Joey DiMartino at the end of the year. I just think of those guys at the end of the year. It's not training camp running backs, and I hope they're listening to this. It's not early September. It's getting beat up, learning how to practice, being a tough blue-collar running back. As you go down the stretch, you get stronger and better when everybody else gets weaker. I think that's the true litmus test of a running back.
That's what we wanted. What's the biggest thing that Keith Patterson changes in your defense?
Oh, I don't know about changes, Al.
I mean, but is there a mentality?
I tell you what, our players have really responded to Coach Patterson very, very well. He is a positive, uplifting type of person by nature. He has come in and really done exactly what I've asked him to do and more. I asked him to learn our defense. I asked him to call our defense and then add his wrinkle and his twist to it. And he's absolutely doing that with some personnel tweaks here and there, some schematic things, some things maybe to make it simpler for our defense and allow them to play faster and very, very aggressive. You're going to see a very similar type aggressive play caller that we've had here in the past from a defense. That's his mentality, that he is going to get those guys to run to the football. Frank Miley, Stacy Collins, Julius Brown, Waniunga, they've got tremendous chemistry in that room. He's a great leader of men. Our players have really responded to him, and that's kind of what Keith Patterson brings to the table.
Coach, last year for Jordan Love, there was a different situation coming into camp as the main backup. How has he reacted?
For who?
For Jordan Love.
Okay.
How has he kind of reacted coming into camp, being kind of the guy in the front of the pack?
Yeah, I thought he handled spring pretty well when he started out as number one. Here we go again, right? And you got to handle starting out at training camp number one. He's got two young, talented quarterbacks that I know Coach Yost is really excited about the future. How quick that future is, I don't think any of us know with Henry Colombi and Andrew Peasley. And so, first of all, for Jordan, I mean, if we started today, he'd be the starting quarterback. Does he extend his lead over those guys? Does he make it obvious he's the best one in the program? And then does he improve his game? I've been proud of Jordan. I think his leadership skills have grown and developed over the spring and the summer. Knowledge of our offense as it continues to improve, and that's what he's done. I think his consistency will go up, and he's gotten bigger and stronger. He's up to 220 pounds. And so I hope and trust and really truly believe that Jordan Love's best days are in the near future coming up.
Kind of with that, what is the dynamic of that group? Are they like highly competitive with each other? Is it like the Cleveland Browns having the RV of quarterbacks only?
I haven't seen any RVs around here lately. I did hear about that with Baker and the other guy, but Jordan and Henry and Andrew, I think, first of all, and I've coached in that room before. I think the first thing you want is you want a level of respect amongst all three of them. And you want them to be Utah State Aggies first and foremost, and they are. All three of those guys are tremendous team players. They're all three highly competitive, highly motivated individuals. And I think it's a very healthy mix, and it's a very healthy room right now. And Coach Yost does a great job of managing all that. And you got highly competitive kids in there, and they're all talented.
There's always going to be excitement for fall camp, but it seems like maybe it's been ratcheted up a couple of notches. I mean, how palpable is that excitement that you're sensing right now?
Not sure what palpable means, but I think we're talking about excitement.
Yeah.
We all are. And it's always, it's been, what's this team? What's this 2018 version of the Aggies going to look like? Is the depth going to come back and play better? If they do, watch out for the Aggies. What's the leadership and the chemistry going to be throughout training camp? And then when adversity strikes, it will come. It comes in the form of injuries. It comes in the form of, losing a player here or there for a game or a half, or, maybe one of the best players, leaders. We've seen it happen at certain positions over the years. How do we adjust? Number one, schematically and mentally and emotionally as coaches and players, but then how do we overcome it? And the best teams that we've had here have overcome that and really crushed it when the adversity has come. So that's coming. I don't think any of us knows how we're going to handle that, and so that's what makes it exciting, you know.
So talk about the defense. Last year, you guys struggled against the run a little bit. Talk about bringing in Keith, and then you have like most of your front seven coming back. I feel like you guys can improve in stopping the run significantly.
If we don't, we'll all be in trouble. I would like to hope that those guys are bigger and they're stronger. They're another year experienced. You're adding 2 transfers to the mix. I've already mentioned those 2 guys. I think they're going to come in and play and help. They're not the only solution. They're only part of it. The development of all the returning guys are part of that solution. Potentially role players moving up and playing more, part of that solution. Replacing Dallin and Jalen and having good production from the secondary is part of that solution. The chemistry and the cohesion and the leadership of the coaching staff on defense led by Keith is part of that solution. There's many solutions.
So you mentioned replacing Jalen and Dallin. The secondary was your strength last year. Like, you feel like you guys have managed to fill in, bring in some role players or transfers enough to.
We'll see. A lot of you guys don't know their names yet. The fans don't know their names yet, but I think there's some talented guys back there. How well do they gel? Can we stay healthy? How much better does the front 7 play? The better the front 7 plays, the more the secondary will be tested. It's football, right? Front 7 doesn't play very well. Secondary looks better, and they don't get near as tested. I'm giving you some hints right now to last year, a little bit in that evaluation. So,
Coach, since we're talking about the secondary, you've only got 2 cornerbacks that have ever seen action in an FBS game.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the spring that the group, the 6 of them, had as a whole, and how you feel about their development.
They're a competitive group. I think their football knowledge is pretty high for young players. Julius Brown has done a really nice job with them. The leadership of Gage Ferguson, Jontrell Rockmore, Jamarcus Ingram has been really key for that group. Yes, I just mentioned, except Ingram can go back and forth and play both. I mentioned a couple safeties, but that's leadership in that DB room. It's a room, and then it's a position amongst the room. And, we do need guys to step up at corner. Somebody will in training camp, and we'll go play with them.
If I could just piggyback off that question really quick. What led to the decision to move Jamarcus from corner to safety in spring?
Something I'd been thinking about. We thought about it during bowl prep. Just knowing Dallin was going to be leaving. Where's the safety production? We as some of the returning safeties that had roles last year, from Aaron Wade to Braxton Gunther, some of those guys in roles last year, how much do they improve and how better do they play? Shaq Bond's a new safety. Christian Nash is a new safety. Jamarcus is athletic. He's long. He's rangy. He can play your free safety, your post safety. He's smart. He's sharp. He knows it now after spending the spring there at safety. He can play it from the safety. He's got corner physical skills. Go back and forth. Makes us a lot more versatile in the back end.
Just one more question on Jordan Love.
Yep.
What was one thing from last season you were specifically wanting him to work on throughout the offseason?
I think I think he wants his accuracy to go up, completion percentage to go up, being a little bit more accurate. That's done with a few things. Number one, your footwork from a physical standpoint, and then number one from a mental standpoint would be your knowledge of the system, timing, where guys are going to be, knowing where your dump down guys are, where your back is, where your outlet is, those kind of things. I think we saw some improvement during the spring, and I think that you'll see some in training camp.
And then along with that as well, bringing in a new starter mid-season, not the best of scenarios to open up the playbook for them. Has this offseason, is it going to open up maybe a couple more wrinkles or options for the quarterback?
Yeah, I would say so. We didn't condense it for him though last year. I can say that. But Jordan's smart. He invests a lot of time. He's got a lot of the same qualities as a lot of the quarterbacks that have played well around here that have invested off-season time. And grabbing guys and learning stuff. He's a football junkie. He's a film junkie. He's in here all the time. I hope that I hope he reaps some of the benefits of how hard he's worked. Good to go?
Yeah, any other questions for Coach?
Thank you, man. Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you for